We're talking about going after your passion and just starting. When I say just start, there are oftentimes obstacles that get in our way. The biggest obstacle really is us. And so tonight we're going to talk about a few things on some of the obstacles, the common obstacles that we find that are happening and ways to navigate around it. Obstacle one, we need to learn more about something. The truth is, you never stop learning. As long as you live, you're going to learn something. You probably know a lot more than you think you know. The second one, I don't have the money. Now, we a lot of times we have big dreams, and with big dreams comes, big cost to it. And, don't think about having to try and bankroll everything. You might have enough to get started. So think about what it will take to get started in the thing that you're passionate about. What's the minimum cost to getting started based on where you are so that you're not having to pull and borrow money that you may not have at the moment or resources you may not have? Look at what it is that it actually takes to get started. Now, another obstacle that we often say is, when am I going to have the time? The answer, never. You're never going to have enough time. But if you were to break down your day, break down your week, I guarantee you that you can probably find moments that you have. Jot down some ideas. As you have the time that you're commuting. If you're driving, you can't do that. You can maybe talk to your phone and save some digital audio notes of what you're thinking of and ideas that you can lay out. Get some bullet points down, get the high level hierarchy of what you're trying to go after down. Just carve out 15 minutes of that time to just use it to concentrate on your next steps for what it is that you're going after. And you'll find that you have moments here, you have moments there, you stitch it all together within the week. Let's say you probably now have at least a couple of hours worth of time that you spent putting towards your goal and your passion that you didn't even think you had. Now, the fourth obstacle I find is it doesn't make sense, to other people. You're hearing a lot of things from even your closest people, sometimes a spouse, sometimes your parent, your good friends, and other people that are in your lives. You tell them about an idea or a vision that you have, it doesn't make sense to them. And they're, without saying it, sometimes talking you out of it, or they just are flat out talking you out of it because it's like, girl, what is that about? I'm like, man, you're crazy. That's never going to happen. Like, really? Who do you think you are? That's a tricky one because sometimes we will have to put that distance in between us and whoever they are, even if they're very close to you, and distance yourself from that thought process and from those things that they're saying, because that can really discourage you from going down the path that you were divinely supposed to go down. It's not going to make sense to other people. It's not supposed to make sense to other people. It's supposed to make sense to you. The fifth obstacle that is pretty common is that we all play the what if game. What if it doesn't work? What if I fail? And it's real. Those are real things because you have such a heart for the thing that you want to go after, but you're like, I don't want to do it and I don't want to fail. But think about it, flip the script a little bit on that. What if you play the what if game from the opposite end? Well, what if it does work? What if you do sell out? What if your attendance is out the roof? What if it actually works? What if it takes off? We always think about it from the negative way, but we don't think about it from this standpoint. What if it actually does work? And when you start from that mindset and you go after it, going into it, knowing that, you know what, it may not happen in the way that I want it to happen, but I'm working it. And you know what? Sometimes it may fail. And if you already expect that some parts of it may not happen properly or may not happen the way that you had intended, that doesn't mean that the whole thing is a failure. That particular part just didn't work. You try something else, but you keep at it. The main thing is that you stay consistent and do not, under any circumstances, quit. So just go after it and say, you know what? It could work. You know what? I could win at this. You know what? It may happen for me. And that mindset shift makes a world of difference in how you approach anything, really. If you go into it already thinking that this could actually work for me, then that's half the battle already, because a lot of this is mental, as we've seen.